Hello, I'm your instructor for this class, and today we're going to be learning some algebra. So I was initially going to teach you about real numbers versus rational numbers versus irrational numbers and all that stuff. But I feel like after deliberation, I decided to skip ahead and teach you how to solve for x. So that's what I'm going to do for this episode of the channel. Let's come up with an equation. So let's go 4x. Let's keep it simple. Actually, let's keep it simple to start with. Right now we're going to solve one-step equation. So we're going to say 4 minus x equals, I don't know, 20. All right, and we're going to solve what is x. How are we going to figure so how do we solve for x here? So we have x here, but we also have the number 4. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of this pesky 4. We want x by itself, okay? We want x by itself. And so we have to get rid of this 4. I have a lot of my kids, they immediately see this negative, and so they're like, I gotta subtract 4. Gotta subtract 4. In this case, it would be subtracting 4. Subtracting 4 is correct here. I will show you another example where subtracting is not gonna work. But in this case, you're correct. We're going to subtract 4 here because this 4 is a positive 4 because there's no sign over here, but there is there's an invisible plus here. It's invisibly positive number. 4 is positive, 6 is positive. All numbers are positive unless they have a negative in front of them. So 4 minus 4, that's going to equal 0. All right, so then that cancels the 4 out. So then we're just left with the negative x. And that equals, since we did it to this side of the equation, we also have to do it to the other side, minus 4. So 20 minus 4. So we subtracted 4 minus 4. Now we do 20 minus 4. 20 minus 4. What does that equal? That equals 16. Are we done? We got x by itself. No, we didn't. We have a negative x on this side. So what a negative x means, that negative has a 1. Essentially, what you're doing is you're multiplying x by negative 1. That equals 16. So this one-step equation actually, my bad, I turned it into a two-step equation because you got to do another step. So I'll give you another one-step equation. Don't worry about it. But we have this negative 1. We got to get rid of that negative 1. You can either multiply by negative 1 or divide by negative 1. In this case, I'm going to divide by negative 1 because it makes the most sense to me. Because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So negative 1 divided by negative 1 is just 1x, or just written as x. And that equals 16 divided by negative 1. So now 16 divided by negative 1. That essentially just changes the 16 to negative 16. So it's negative 16. That's what x is equal to. All right, perfect. Negative 16. How can we know for sure if this is the answer? So here we have to double check. We have to plug 16 back into x. All right. So that I'm gonna need to clear my board, and I'm gonna keep this equation. So I'll clear everything, all this stuff out. But we still have the equation up. 4 minus x equals 20. So let's put back the 16. So we got 16 and for x minus 4 equals 20. Does that work? It doesn't work. It would be, that doesn't work. Oh, but it's negative 16. We have to plug in a negative 16 here. So it's minus, but in this case, we have to plug in the negative 16. So we have to plug in negative 16. And a minus of a negative, a negative of a negative is a positive. So we change those to plus. Essentially, it's 4 plus 16 equals 20. And that does, in fact, work because 4 plus 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 equals 20. Boom, that works. There we go. All right, let's do another one. Let's do another equation. Because practice is how we truly understand this. So let's come up with another equation. We're gonna come up with we're gonna just keep it simple. Say 3 plus x. 3 plus x equals 10. Simple. All right. What does x equal? I think you could do this already in your head, but if you can't, don't worry. We'll work through it. What is it? That 3 is positive. So let's subtract 3. We're gonna subtract 3. But since we did it to one side of the equation, we also have to do it to the other side. Minus 3. So 10 minus 3, that equals 7. And so, but 3 minus 3, that equals 0. So might as well just cancel it out. Cancel it out. Okay, and then so we have just x equals 7. Boom. Easy. That was truly a one-step equation. One-step equations are really easy. You just gotta do one step. So here we have x equals 7. We have 7 plus 3 equals 10. Boom. Easy to check, easy to do. All right. Now let's complicate things a little bit. So we're gonna do -5 plus x is equal to 25. All right. This one you may not be able to do in your head. Okay. Here, what we have to do, get rid of the -25. My students, a lot of my students, what they would do is they would say, okay, since we subtracted for all the other ones, this one we need to subtract as well. Subtract 5 here and subtract 5 here. Unfortunately, that's not going to work in this case. Why? Because we have -5. -5 minus 5, what does that equal? It equals -10. That's not getting rid of that doesn't get rid of the 5, of the -5. That's what we need to do. We need to get rid of this -5 because x, I tell my kids, x doesn't like, he's not friend. It's like he's not friendly with this kid. He doesn't want this kid around. He wants the kid to go away. We have to get rid of him. So how do we get rid of a negative? We have to add. We have to add 5 plus 5. That'll get rid of the -5. -5 plus 5, that equals 0. Here we go. -5 plus 5 equals 0. Does that confuse you? Don't worry. I'll straighten that up for you right now. Give me 1 sec. I'll change markers. This is the little sidebar right here. So we have this is -5 plus 5. Oh, plus 5, not 7. Plus 5. What does that equal? -5 plus 5. If that confuses you, don't worry. We're going to use the commutative property. This is a very powerful property that real numbers have. Real numbers have the commutative property. What this means is we can flip this position and put it in front of the -5. We'll put the +5. Since it's positive, we don't have to write a symbol in front of it unless it's being added to something else. So just 5, then -5 goes after that. -5. So this is the same as 5 minus 5, which is equal to, yes, 0. Boom. That's how we get rid of the -5. We add 5. So this is the case with any negative. So if we have -4 plus 4, that's gonna also equal 0 because this is equal to 4 minus 4. These two are exactly the same thing. They're exactly the same. This -4 plus 4, or -4 plus 4 is the same as 4 minus 4, which is equal to 0. All right. If you don't understand it, go back and have a look at it again. This is due to the commutative property. The commutative property means that you have a number like 5 plus 7 minus 2. That equals, if we move it around, that's the same as 5 minus 2 plus 7. These are the same thing. They're equal because we can move these around and it's the same thing. 5 plus, if we do it from left to right, 5 plus 7, that equals 12, minus 2 equals 10. 5 minus 2 equals 3, plus 7 equals 10. So they're equal to the same thing. We can move stuff around within these equations. All right, that's enough of that sidebar. Let's go back to the equation we were solving. So now we have negative 5 plus 5. Negative 5 plus 5, we talked about that, 0 plus x equals 25 plus 5 equals 30. So then x must be equal to 30. Let's check that. So let's put a square around that. We're going to check that. We're going to plug that into x. So I'm going to bring this equation down here. So we have negative 5 plus, in this case, we're going to plug in 30 equals 25. So then we have negative 5 plus 30. What does that equal? Commutative property. Remember that? Commutative property. This is going to be the same as 30 minus 5, which equals 25. Boom. 25 equals 25. Check. It works. Boom. Easy peasy. Easy as that. All right. That's one-step equations. They're pretty easy. Wait 1 second. Math, once you know how to do it, is not so challenging. It's challenging initially because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know the rules. But math is all about practice. You have to practice. So I want you to, on your own time, I won't do it for you, but I want you, on your own time, you're going to solve these equations. 3 plus x equals 7. And then we're going to add to x minus 2 equals 5. And we have x plus 7 equals 20. All right, solve these equations. All right, there we go. That's enough time for that. I think that's enough. That's enough for today. Next time I'll teach you two steps equations. We kind of went over that at the beginning by accident because I came up with a question that required two-step equation. But we're gonna follow through and work with more two-step equations. We are also going to learn how to, at the same time, we're also gonna learn how to combine like terms. So in this case, it'll be 4x plus 7x plus 8 equals, 3x plus 2. This will allow us to solve this. This will, next time we will solve this and it'll lead us to a two-step equation, which then we can solve for x. And that's what we'll do next time. I'll see you then. Have a great day, night, year, morning, whatever time of day it is right now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.